Alright guys, so today's going to be a pretty sick day where we're finally getting to pick up the Datsun, so we'll head down and go take it home, finally. We're in the Colorado now, we've just picked up the car trailer and we're on the way, so we've got to go to Bentley. So the guy who we've taken it to has completely rewired the car from front to back. He's done a full dash, center console with switches, and he's put in a new indicator stalk, so all of the headlights and wipers and everything's all in one place instead of scattered everywhere like they were before. So yeah, I haven't seen it yet, so I'm super keen, and we'll keep you posted.
For whatever reason, there was one or two people not getting out. So, and I spent an hour and a half chasing the pinholes around. I cleaned it all up and just but that all depends on the size of your crank pulley, the size of the alternator pulley. So lovely. Well, I suppose we better try and get some other cars started so we can get this out and put it on the trailer.
What, you want me to try and start the Verada?
Well, you do that and I'll try and start the Escort.
We just got back from picking the Datsun up and it's finally here. It's got its all new wiring from front to back. Every wire in the car's been replaced. It's got a whole new dash system and all new light switches and everything have all been put in. So we'll do a bit of a walkthrough. I'll explain what's happened, what's been done, everything that's been replaced and fixed. Let's check it out. This is the layout for the new dash for the Datsun. So we got our reverse camera here with our switch for that. None of it's wired up at the moment because, well, for one, the power switch is turned off, but the screen here still needs to be wired up to the camera on the back, so that'll just turn on from this. We've got our reverse light, which is hardwired in case we need it. Hazards, the under bonnet lights, the in the boot lights, the lights inside the car. We got our fuse box here and our master kill switch. We've got our thermo fan, which we can either have on automatically, it turns on at 90 degrees, or we can have it on all the time. So that's something we can choose if it gets hotter for any reason. We've got our horn button, our driving lights and our spotlights, our fuel pump, all our gauges, another big tacho in the middle and a speedo, our fuel gauge, and then we've got our dim switch there too. This is going to be our new setup. We've just got to screw it in properly, it's not fitted there, that whole side needs to go in, and we need to clean up some stuff. So now that we got the car back, there's a couple of things we still have to do. So we still got to wire up the fuel pump, the reverse camera, and half the dash still isn't installed yet, so we still have to wire all that up. But the bit that isn't in there yet is sort of the navigator side with the TerraTrip and the pocket and everything, and the nav light. And the back of it, he's done an awesome job. All the wiring's all neat in there. It's all ready to just plug in we'll wire all that up and see how that looks. So he's given us a book to go with all the wiring, so it actually shows the whole wiring layout of how all the colours that go for every wire, so that if we need to change anything or fix anything, it shows us. And he's managed to use the exact same colours that the standard Datsun ones have, just so it makes it easier for us and for everyone else. So that's really cool. Shows all our thermofan switching and all the other fuses and wires and everything for the whole car. So it's going to make it very easy to diagnose things. So that's really cool. So for all the wiring to be done, he's had to take off some of the heater hoses. So we're going to have to connect this hose here down to somewhere at the back, so that the vents on this side and the other side, which currently isn't there yet, work, so that we can have a heater. Because sometimes rallies can get like down to 0 degrees, so to keep the navigator warm, because normally the driver's pretty warm driving because you're actually moving and stuff and you're focused on that, but the navigator doesn't really move much, so they normally get cold, and having a heater will fix all that, hopefully. We've wired the heater back up and we're just fitting the last panel now.
Except for the panel doesn't want to fit. Why?
Is it hitting up the top on the right?
The holes don't line up.
So this fuse box here is hitting the metal bit at the top there, so it's not bolting on. So we're gonna have to just cut off this corner so that the whole thing can fit on. We don't have the grinder here, so we're using some tin snips. Hopefully that'll be enough. So now it fits.
It does. A few more screws, put them all in, and then once they're all sitting in place, then we can tighten up and turn it on and see if everything works.
Well, that's good.
Oh, map light works. Excellent. It's got a little cover so you can turn it down, open it all the way up. If you look underneath, it's got a little tube that opens it. What do you know?
Look at that. So there you go, it's all on there. So the dash is all put back together, it's all screwed in, and the heater hoses have just been siliconed on so that they stay there. We just need to wire it all up for the rest of it, so most of it's already done. A couple of things like the rear camera and the rally safe we need to wire up still. Also the interior light doesn't work, it's not wired up, so we'll have to do all that. The next video we do on the Datsun we'll be doing about that. So yeah, thanks for watching.